My name is Vasco Pinton. As you know, today I started with water pollution. I formulated a pretty strong thesis statement. My thesis statement is as follows. Control and management of water pollution caused by fossil fuels and their derivatives such as plastic will have a really significant effect in reducing water pollution in the United States. I developed three main topics such as fossil fuel and coal stations, oil spills, and the effect oil spills have on on sea life. For fossil fuels, current statistics show that coal and fossil fuels globally for 8% of all energy we consume. When fossil fuels are burnt, they release toxins that go into the atmosphere and cause harm into our society. They are burnt, and as they are burnt, they are leaked into oceans, lakes, and rivers, which are harmful to us. There are three states that are biggest producers of fossil fuels and coals. Coincidentally, we live in one, California. California is known as the biggest leading fossil fuel producer in the United States. Texas and Alaska as well have a very big sector of producing fossil fuels and coal. Alaska is not a very inhabited state, has a lot of land to explore and mine for more of these materials. Texas, as you know, is big, it's more populated, but it has a big concentrate worth of fossil fuels and coal stations. There's not much to explore, but everything that is in Texas is already there, which, well, the item that has the biggest effect on pollution, on water pollution, oil spills. Oil, as it spills in the ocean, it floats on water and it prevents sunlight from seeking in through the ocean floor and providing useful sunlight to sea life for it to nourish, such as algae, seaweed, fish. They need it to survive and to breathe. When crude oil is lost, also a huge effect of oil spills is when crude oil is lost, there's a big loss in it, which affects the available petroleum in the United States for humans to use, which causes gas spikes. And as we are not in a flourishing economy right now, the higher the gas prices are, the less likely people are to drive places and be able to get to their daily things such as jobs and lives. Tourism suffers a huge setback. If I was a tourist, I wouldn't want to go to a place that's infested with oil spill where I couldn't take my kids, I couldn't take my dog, I couldn't go in the ocean and enjoy the things that there is. For example, after the oil spill in Louisiana, the shoreline got no tourism whatsoever. Many resorts were shut down, businesses lost, jobs lost. It had a huge effect on the economy. I'll talk to you about my personal, what really hurts me the most about this whole oil spill, water pollution thing. It's its effect on sea life. Water pollution has hit sea life harder than has hit any other form of life. The chemicals fish are being exposed to has hurt their ability to reproduce, their ability to insulate themselves in the winter from cold weather. It's affected their growth, their ability to breathe, and has affected their lungs. I'll talk about my three main topics: fossil fuel and coal stations. How when fossil fuels are burnt, it has a huge effect on the runoff into rivers and lakes. So we'll talk about oil spills, the effect it has on tourism, and how it seeps into the ocean. It doesn't let sea life flourish the way it should be. I'll talk about sea life in general. They can't grow, they can't reproduce. They're introduced to harmful chemicals that can kill them, that could affect potential lives, their offspring, their families. It's not good. Where we are right now as a country, ever since the oil spill in 2007, the federal government has come down hard to prevent such catastrophes as would happen in the Gulf. They have enacted tougher federal laws that increase fines and penalties for the companies that do pollute and do affect the environment. And in general, what they have done has had a greater effect as oil spills have been reduced. Tanks have had a less effect on its sea life, and fossil fuel and coal stations haven't had that big of a runoff and have found better energy solutions such as solar energy in general. With this situation is that President Trump, our newly elected president, has also decided to sign an executive order that aims to expand offshore drilling all throughout the coast, from Washington all the way down to California. President Obama had always been against offshore drilling and was against protecting the coast, beaches, and its people from being infected by such harmful chemicals that could be exposed from these offshore drilling. This has been also met by a lot of backlash from environmentalist groups that want to protect the coasts as well as the states Many states have filed lawsuits trying to block claims, which claim that it would harm their economic status within the states. Less people go to the beach. Fishing would also be a big downfall due to this. Sea life would take a huge effect, and it would affect local economies and have a trickle-down effect all the way to the state level. Environmentalists also had a backlash on this discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Feel free to contact me. I'll be here to help you with any of your questions. I'm here for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy your summer.